Okay, so if you're seeing this video, either one, you're a friend that I've sent it to, or for two, I've made the decision to upload this god-awful thing to YouTube for whatever reason, but the entire premise of this video is just for me and my friends, probably one of them at least, to just vent our frustrations on a certain comic. Lucario.
I just want to start this off by saying Scott Pilgrim fucking sucks. It's an unbearable ride.
Seriously, dude. Like, holy, like, I get that it was made with like a tinge of like irony and self-awareness, but that in itself doesn't excuse how fucking unenjoyable it is.
I just fucking can't. I mean, and like you said, it's the self-awareness mainly for me.
Yeah.
It makes it so unbearable at most points.
Because it makes
characters.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just the characters, like the self-awareness. They know, mainly Scott. He knows that he's just insufferably horrible, but does nothing.
It's
at all about it.
Self-awareness too, it just makes it feel like you have no excuse to hate it. It just makes it that much worse. It's like, oh, you can't hate it because they know they're that bad. Like, man, fuck you.
And with the self-awareness, at some points it was kind of funny, mainly with just the narration that says like anyways or that kind of stuff.
That
yeah.
You
turn a page. Yeah. I like that.
I'll give you that. That is pretty funny. Yeah.
I did like that, but everything else
just sucks.
Like Kim, she was cool.
Don't even get me started with her, bro. Dude, me and you were so down bad for her before we got into like this series, dude. We were down like horrendous, and then came the one volume, the one page where she was making out with a 17-year-old while drunk, bro. Freaking knives, dude. I don't even.
And then you don't like Kim now, only because now you can't beat your beat to now think.
No, I can't. Knowing that, no, I cannot. But dude, and then there's like that in itself isn't like the worst thing she's done. I think the worst she's done is like the fact that she did that alongside the fact that she had a boyfriend who cheats on her later with her roommate Holly, and she has the audacity to get mad at her.
Let's move on to the topic of Holly real quick.
Holly, don't even get me started on her.
I think you have a lot to say.
Oh boy.
Let's try to keep this somewhat kid friendly.
Yeah, just so YouTube doesn't take it down if I decide to upload it.
Again, just a reminder, this is just shitty commentary for fun.
Yeah, this is all unscripted.
Literally, literally. But so, and then you have let's save Scott. Let's save our whole rant about Scott specifically for later. Let's just talk about Ramona, okay?
Ramona. God, dude. Look, the fact that she has 7 exes is already a red flag, but I myself, on a personal level, I'm not gonna judge a woman by her past unless she got like STDs or something. That's gross. But the fact that they got like in the animated series where they got like a whole like terroristic company against her, that in itself is a major red flag.
That's what I'm saying. They made a whole organization.
Like, they called it the 7 Evil Exes.
If I was Scott personally, and Ramona's like, oh yeah, you gotta like beat my 7 exes. Already, I'm dipping.
I'm gone.
And then I figure out there's like a whole corporation with all of them in it. What the? Now, granted, I know it's Scott the dumbass. I understand that.
He's an idiot, yeah.
But any iota of thought would have, made anyone realize, huh?
It's like that's a little
something right here.
Something ain't right.
Like, I don't know, bro. Let's where's your tier list at that you made?
My tier, it should be in the my chat. Which really quick, just want to talk about the ex Lucas Lee. Like, dude, First thing bro does is he just beats the shit out of Scott. Already, that earns him like second best.
And I don't know if I should be outing myself on YouTube like this. My name is Lucas, so like I already liked him
Like,
off rip.
and then you have like best character, which is easily Wallace Wells, best gay guy ever.
God, let's talk about Wallace Wells.
Dude. The one like genuinely likable character in like the series, other than like a few others, obviously, but like, bro, he's like the one funny character who I actually like laugh at, and I get happy when he's like on screen, quote unquote.
Even in the, because again, we watched the animated series before the like reading the comic.
Yeah, we watched the series before we read the comic. Yeah.
Again, even then, Wallace was still like top 2.
He was still the GOAT. He was amazing.
Because in our humble opinions, there is almost no character in the entirety of Scott Pilgrim that is likable other than like Wallace Wells and maybe 2 or 3 other people.
Yeah.
And those 3 other people mainly being Scott's sister, Lucas Lee, and Julie. That is like it. That's almost it. Almost. We got maybe 2 more.
And like Gideon Graves and Matthew Patel.
Oh, Matthew.
and Holly.
Yes. And then like with Gideon, I love Gideon.
It's
I'm
like
not gonna lie. I
Gideon,
like Gideon a lot.
even in the animated series, he's cool, but like in the comic, he's literally just Scott, but cool.
And that's not hard to do at all.
He has like the whole like 7X's dynamic, but like you like see his innermost desires. Bro has Ramona on a leash. That in itself is just hilarious to me.
Oof, that's a weird thing. What's a weird thing to see on YouTube?
I mean, I'm preaching though. I'm preaching.
Okay, bro. But so we're actually gonna have an opposing force here, being Cyan. So what do you think? I'm assuming Cyan's here.
Yeah.
He is.
Cyan.
He is. Yeah, you got someone who just doesn't give a shit.
That too.
Yeah.
Hey, Cyan, you there? He might not actually be here. He might just be
Cyan, I summon you.
Oh, is he in no mic? Is he talking in no mic?
Oh, wait, is he actually?
Oh,
oh,
he
okay.
said, hold up.
Okay, give him a minute. Anyway. Hold on. I'm gonna repost the tier list so that we don't have to like keep scrolling down. Scrolling to, okay, there we go.
Alright, so Cyan, unlike me and White, you actually seem to like this series somewhat. So we just want to hear. We're not gonna have like a whole debate.
We want to hear the other side. We want to hear the other side.
Now there may be.
About to say, be careful because they're gonna rip you to shreds.
There may be some debating here, but it's not gonna be like a Twitter debate.
It's
of Goku versus Saitama.
We're not gonna lash out at you.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like Goku versus Saitama or Naruto versus Luffy. We just want to hear your thoughts on the series itself.
Okay, so just like these idiots, I kind of also like watched the movie, not the movie, but I watched the anime, then the movie, then I started reading the comics.
Oh, I thought you read the comic first. Never mind.
No, I watched the movie after, which the movie was basically like kind of like one of those like this movie in 2 seconds kind of thing, like Earthbound kind of thing.
Did it like just summarize the comics or something?
Kind of.
Because I still haven't seen it yet.
The movie came out before the final volume was released.
Yeah, I noticed that because I think
the final battle.
Yeah.
So they kind of also they had to like just have to cram every single thing into one movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this is about the comics, not the movie.
Maybe, yeah.
But for me, I kind of just enjoyed Scott Pilgrim, both the anime and the comics. I don't know if I could describe why I liked it and why these two didn't.
Well, we will explain that mainly, like, gave the cliff notes, but what we mainly hated about it was Scott, which we will get into.
Yeah, we're saving that. We're saving that.
But before we get into Scott, I'm gonna say one thing about Scott. Not like this is not. I'm not gonna give you like a whole in-depth explanation. But I'm gonna tell you the main thing that turned me off from liking Scott, and this is in the animated series.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm gonna act it out. I'm act it out.
Wait for it.
Hey, you like Sonic? Okay. I'm gonna give you an example, okay?
Who the fuck spots thoughts?
I'm gonna give you like a quick example. So imagine there's like a girl that I like, right? And I go up to her, right? I'm a huge anime weeb, okay? I'm a weeb, 110%. I'm a weeb that goes to the gym, very rare breed. I walk up to her and I say, hey, you like One Piece?
God.
That is fine with you.
God, no.
As someone who's sheltered inside for like 24/7, but you wouldn't see me walking up to a girl saying, do you like, Friday Night Funkin'?
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
God.
now, they're... oh God. I kind of, before we dive into Scott, I also do want to talk about, like, how absolute, like, the comics were literally, everything that happened were for nothing, because they apparently got divorced, like 10 years later.
Yeah, that was
discussed. Can we talk about that?
That was discussed in the animated series, yeah, because you see, like, Scott in the future, like, bro has a whole beard, bro. And then, like, he sees, like, in the, whatever, what's it called, that virtual boy or whatever, you see, like, a whole future, how him and Ramona get divorced. It was all for nothing.
Quite literally, bro.
Maybe it was small for him to kill him.
Well, they didn't really get divorced, they just kind of separated, but Scott was getting divorced.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the same thing. I don't care what
Same
you say.
difference.
That's the same difference, bro. But still, and then it's like, hold on. Oh god, it's terrible. It sucks. It was all for nothing. It was just all for nothing.
Let me look at the tier list here. So, again, like I said, like we honestly, individually, we have a lot to talk about with Scott, more so than anything we've already spoken about.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask you why you. I don't know if I even really want to ask this. So let's actually get into Scott a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
What are some potential things that you actually kind of liked about Scott at first?
That was the question I was gonna ask. Is there any likable attribute to Scott that any of you liked?
At least at the beginning.
At, like, the very beginning, he just comes off as a normal, like, relatable guy, and, like, I respect that. He's, like, that's at the start, right? That's our first impression, right? He seems like a normal dude, and, like, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
And the thing that the only thing that I liked about him is his X-Men jacket.
Wow.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That is all I liked about him.
Just the jacket that he wears throughout a majority of the comic, yeah.
And mainly like the reference he made being, Dr. Xavier's school for gifted youngsters. That was funny to me. I've been a huge fan of like the X-Men since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Honestly, after that, it was just all downhill.
It's like the only good thing about him is just like the pop culture that he's a fan of. Other than that, everything else is just ass.
I actually forgot, because I know it was different depending on the iteration.
Mm-hmm.
How did he introduce himself to Ramona in the comics again?
It was,
Yeah,
I like your shoes. I like your shoes.
That's like the most normal.
Which, that's the best introduction out of all of them. That's the most normal one. And it gets worse.
You have Pac-Man and Sonic, right?
It's like, in the
Pac-Man
movie,
and Sonic,
it's
right?
like, you like Pac-Man.
Wait,
Yeah,
out
that's
of all the iterations of Scott, what's the most unlikable to the Corio and White?
The comics. Because we didn't really see a
That's
lot
ironic.
of him.
That's pretty ironic, though. The most normal one to start that conversation was the most unlikable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though, yeah.
And my only reasoning for this is with the animated series, they changed a lot of it, and we didn't see Scott like at all.
Because
Literally
that's
at
what
all.
made it so much better. Scott wasn't there.
Like, honestly, I loved the animated series, like a lot.
There's so many people that, like, just say that they have, like, beef with the animated series, and, like, I do kind of get it. It's different. But if you ask me, I think it did the comics a justice. Like,
By not adding Scott.
by just taking him out of the equation entirely, and he looks at his future self, and he's like, oh, I'm
He's
kind,
like, "Damn.
I'm kind of an asshole.
I kind of suck.
Yeah. And
Like,
same
you know.
thing with a lot of the other characters. They get changed for the better. Like Kim, Ramona, who else?
Knives,
fuck, dude.
Knives probably has like the
Okay,
best one.
okay. The thing is with Knives, don't get me wrong, she was kind of an idiot.
What I was getting at with her too, it's like I do feel bad for her. She's definitely not as likable as some of the other characters, but at the same time, Scott's like her first boyfriend, and I think it's understandable that she gets obsessed with him whenever they break up. And to be fair, he broke up with her out of nowhere. It was out of nowhere.
Exactly.
He just loses interest, and then he just dumps her. He leaves her, bro.
Now, can we speak about now fully tilting right straight into Scott's asshole here? Like, I mean, like going in all raw, no rubber. I mean, straight up
Right, yeah.
ripping open his
Unconsensual.
asshole here, unconsensually. Can we talk about the fact that after Ramona broke up with him, he asked, what was it, 3 or 4 people, hey, you want to have sex?
First he went to Knives. I mean, yeah, Knives. I don't know why I'm flip-flopping. And then he went to, I think it was Envy after that, and then he went back to Kim.
Yep.
And the bad thing about Kim after that is, like, bitch fucking kissed him right as he's going to go after his girlfriend, bro. What the hell? I'm just seething at this point, dude. I really am.
Man, dude, I just...
The fact that I used to be so down bad for that fucking redhead.
I guess
I don't get it.
you don't want that. You want me to delete that drawing forever?
I mean, nah, you leave it.
So,
You leave it.
wait,
I don't
you guys-
care.
see-
That's a
yeah,
past
well-
I'm fine living with.
Hold
I
up.
learned from that.
Hold up. So you guys read the last volume.
We're done. Yeah, we
we've
finished
read
it.
volume 6. Yeah, that was last night.
Okay. Because I was about to say, because like on your Gideon rant, not rant, but you basically complimented Gideon.
Yeah, because
I
he's
love
cool.
Gideon.
He's cool.
I love
And
it,
there's-
honestly.
I should probably just state this, but like Gideon's kind of an abuser.
Wait, what? Well, actually,
Delete.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of the reason why Ramona left.
I guess.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Didn't she touch on that?
Oh wait, yeah, she did.
Because to be fair, yeah, she did. Because to be fair, I was drawing when we were reading it last night. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I was paying attention.
Yeah,
But
and I
zoned
was
out of it
kind
some.
of. Like I was kind of skimming through it, but for the most part, yeah, I was trying to go through it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my opinion of Gideon has dropped a tad bit, I'm gonna be honest.
A tad bit.
But I mean, at least, okay, now again, the majority of the liking I have for these characters comes from the animated series.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we take that, like the animated series, out of the equation, Gideon would definitely drop a lot lower.
Yeah.
But I will say his fight with Scott was cool.
That was
What was-
pretty neat. Yeah.
You need to send me that one screenshot you took of their fight. That was kind of cool.
Oh, what, like
I will not
the
lie.
art thing? I could probably put it in my chat now.
Yeah, dude, I actually really like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
To be honest, I still like Gideon, but whatever.
Eh,
Do you think the character's actually wait? Okay, well you guys
It's
just
like-
talked about how everything wasn't for
I don't
nothing.
know.
But even if the anime didn't exist, do you think Scott and Ramona like redeemed?
no,
Absolutely not. Absolutely,
absolutely not.
No.
nope.
They
Only
no,
really
dude.
because of Scott.
It goes from them just being really bad people to them being not so bad people. That's not. Oh God, no.
That's not like good.
That's not like, and you learn nothing from this. You learn stuff that you already knew, which is like to just don't be an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a life lesson.
Especially
There's
the message of the whole thing is just like Well, the whole message entirely is that like people fucked up, but you can get better.
What I'm trying to wrap my head around is what audience was this made for? Like, who relates to this?
I mean, unless you just like
probably
fairly
the people around the same age as Scott, because I've been watching
24-year-olds.
A lot of like review channels that are saying that like, people tend to relate to Scott when they're like people start reading around when they're around like early like after college or during or after college age. And they said they tend to relate to some of the characters.
I can kind of understand that, but can we speak about the fact that Scott was dating a 17-year-old?
That too. That's I think the main thing that just like that's the starting line. That's
basically the only thing that everyone just agrees: do not date a minor.
It's like
That's
the starting point. Oh, that's the first thing you hear about Scott is that he's dating a high schooler. That sets a bar for how bad it's gonna get.
I'm honestly trying to sit here. I'm sitting here right now. Actually, I'm actually standing up. I'm standing here trying my best to think of stuff that I liked other than the stuff I've kind of mentioned. I'm empty. I cannot think of anything. I actually can't.
Just about the series as a whole or the characters?
Both, really. Now, I will say, one of the other things I like is the artistic evolution throughout.
That was pretty cool. I will give you the benefit of the doubt. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like that. That was nice.
It's like you look at like the first few pages of the comic, like the first volume, and then you look at like the one that I just posted. It's like you really see it definitely changed a lot.
It kind of reminds me of like
the series started in 2004 and it ended in 2010.
Damn! Oh shit!
Yeah, and it only has like 6 volumes, which is kind of surprising. I'm not gonna lie.
I think they both like release like probably yearly.
Yeah. And I'm like a huge weeb.
Also another thing, they started in black and white. They started like the manga style black and white.
I didn't know that. Okay,
uncolored,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not
and
know
then
that.
And then it got like colored and like after like the final volume came out like during the 2010s.
That's actually pretty cool.
I feel like other than like the stuff that's bad about the characters, there's just some things that are just confusing about the series as a whole. Like, why do vegans have powers? I gotta say that right now. Why do vegans, of all people, just have superpowers? Like,
yo, imagine if that vegan teacher was in Scott Pilgrim.
Hell nah, bro.
Speaking of vegans, Todd Ingram's the only X that you didn't include in your tier list.
Oh yeah, that's. I saw him on there too. I think I just forgot to put him on there. I'd probably, to be honest, I'd probably put him at just like it'd either be like or just like not insufferable. I don't know. But I think actually no, it'd probably just be because of the fact that he cheated on Envy, just out of nowhere. So that was kind of scummy.
He cheated on Envy in both versions.
Yeah, I know.
Well, not in the movie actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wait, you mentioned that vegan power thing. As someone who has a vegan brother, I will say it's very accurate. They do have vegan power.
I just feel like it'd make a lot more sense if it wasn't like vegans and just like people who eat meat. I mean, I don't know. That makes more sense to me.
I don't know.
It's like,
I'm just gonna say this, like, the whole like aspect, like the characters having like superpowers and shit. That's kind of just I mean, I guess you could just accept that as like a norm in this world. It's kind of like One Piece, where everything that happens in it is just like everything that's like supernatural, and it's like you just accept as part of that world.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold on,
Another thing about it is how, like, all these like video game references to Scott's world. Like, I think the creator did said that like this is kind of in Scott's head.
Oh Jesus.
Hey, also, hold on. I'm gonna pause it right here because I gotta go eat, but I'll continue once I get back. Okay, so any other things we need to bring to the table?
Okay, I'm trying to think. So,
isn't that something Cyan wanted to say?
Oh yeah, Cyan, say your thing. Or did you forget? Because if you forgot, if I see you at school on Monday, I'm spreading your cheeks wide open.
Okay, yeah, so, okay, I was just watching a video by this guy who's, who likes the comics and is like a fan of the comics. Okay, so, so he's basically just saying that, like most fans, that, like, they relate to, like, the characters. And, okay, hold on, I'm just now processing this. Ah, fuck.
Take your time.
Take your time. It's okay. We know you're slow.
To be
I got it
honest,
more fast.
I will make one quick comment. The only character that I found that I could relate to at all was probably Knives. Like,
I feel that.
because, like, I can understand her being, like, somewhat obsessed with Scott after breaking up with him. It's like, you know, first relationships, they really do suck.
Oh, I thought it was because you were with someone that was older than you and you were the minor in the situation. Oh, okay.
Well, you are wild, okay?
That's also kind of another thing that's also, like, most people who relate to these characters, you often hear them saying that, like, they're also, like, in their 20s, early 20s, after, like, during or after college.
Bro, get your shit together, bro.
That's basically, like, yeah, that's also, like, another thing, like, just, like, everyone, like, that's basically the whole message of the entire thing, is just, like, like, everyone has a shitty past, everyone can be shitty, but they can, like, also improve.
It does a very bad job at showing that to the very end, I would be honest.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Like, I get it, like, the whole thing at the end where Scott's like, oh, wait, I'm a humongous dickhead. And then Ramona's also like, oh, wait, I'm also kind of a bitch. I understand that. And I get, like, the theme, I understand that. But if only that was kind of... I showed more in detail somewhat earlier on, because I other than the final fight, I didn't see that almost anywhere else.
Yeah.
Another thing I also want to point out is that, like, the fight between Scott and Nega Scott. The fight, like, Nega Scott represents, like, all of Scott's negative traits.
Mm-hmm.
And then bro just fused with him.
And made it even worse.
It made him worse.
It made him, like, twice as bad.
It's the same guy. Like, how does that... Why would you fuse with him?
It's like, just like,
it's the same person. But there's also a version of you with negative traits. So combining yourself with that version just makes you worse.
Yeah. It's like, two negatives don't make a positive in this case.
Yeah, so, but yeah, Nega Scott, yeah, he's like a representative of Scott's negative traits, and he fused with it, but during the fight, another thing, yeah, Kim was, like, yelling at Scott, like, saying, like, how, like, he's been making all these mistakes, and, like, another thing is that, like, has been forgetting his mistakes.
Wow,
then,
he
like,
really just sucks,
He
huh?
really does, huh?
And you know how, like, when he fused with it, he's just now remembering all of his mistakes. And, like, he fuses with it because Kim, like, you know, when Kim said, like, if he forgets his mistakes, then he'll keep making them.
A rare Kim W after that one scene.
Rare,
okay.
very rare Kim W, yeah.
And when you
Yeah.
skimmed most of it.
I caught on to that. I did. I understand that. But my God, and mainly in the animated series, like, pretty much with every little squabble Ramona had, afterwards, she would realize more about herself and the things she did to her exes and they did to her. That's what I like to see. Yeah. But with Scott, I didn't really see any of that until the final fight.
Until up to that point, yeah. And then of course you see what all amounts up to in the future.
Which is
hilarious.
Scott being an asshole again.
Yes, he doesn't learn. He just knows that he knows that he's being a dick. He knows that he's doing the bad things, but he's just too lazy to act on it.
Like, he was literally beating the hell out of everyone else. Now, again, like you just said, this is a Scott that has come to the bad, you know, dude, the big boy, the bigger Scott from the animated series, the big bad.
Mm-hmm.
That is Scott that has come to the realization that he is a huge dickhead, but just doesn't give no fuck.
He just doesn't care. He just embraces that, and he decides to be like fucking Gideon, and he just wants to hold Ramona captive.
Now again, with that whole Scott thing, like I said, he was shown. He came to that realization. Oh my goodness. Oh no. And again, this is after Ramona broke up with him the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, oh no. Oh, I'm such a fucking asshole. So what? Did that happen again when she was like, yeah, I just kind of want some time to myself? Did that happen again? Where did Scott go through like that whole crisis again? And that's what led to him communicating with his past self and nearly killing him? Is that again? Like, come on, man. Like, for a second time, are you serious? Are you actually kidding me?
Mm-mm-mm.
Do you get what I'm saying here, though? It's
yeah.
like the 2 times Ramona's, again, the second time wasn't necessarily, yeah, I'm gonna break up with your ass. It was she just kind of needed time to herself because Scott was kind of being an insufferable douchebag.
Yeah.
Again.
Which, to be honest, if that's the case, you may as well break up with him anyway.
Yeah. Which, again, both times after the breakup, because I'm gonna call both of them a breakup, even though the second one wasn't really much of one.
Apparently.
I'm gonna say it is regardless. Again, both times Scott has this huge crisis, but the second time is just much worse.
Yeah.
He doesn't learn at all in the OG timeline.
What he learns is just all the wrong things.
Like, I don't understand how someone can be that unlikable. My God. And again, like I said, the reason... my memory's a little bit foggy, but the reason Ramona kind of wanted some time to herself that second time, again, was because of Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he seriously just not learn at all? Because it really seemed like he did. Okay. It really seemed like he did the first time. He was like, oh my goodness, I'm such an asshole. And
then he just regressed backwards. He did a loop.
It's like,
he did a loop-de-loop, bro.
It's like he progressively, over the course of, I don't know how long it lasted, 10 years or something, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course of that, like, long little while before they split again for that second time, he just came back. His fucking, God, he's so unlikable.
He just did a U-turn and just learned, like, he learned something, but then he just forgot that in like 2 seconds.
Again!
Because he was too focused on keeping Ramona with him.
That is unhealthy. It's unhealthy.
Holy
it's
fuck.
Fucking unhealthy, bro. And so, and like like we were talking about earlier with the animated series, I only really liking that better because of the whole change in the plot and Scott quite literally not being in it.
Basically, yeah.
Isn't that pretty funny? How when Scott isn't in it,
you take him out of the equation entirely, and it's just like, everything goes fine.
Yeah, a lot of the characters seem more likable all of a sudden. That's weird. Again, that's just me spitballing Garbo, but still, I mean, that's a bit strange.
It also kind of, I feel like that foreshadows what the future has to come again.
Why is Wallace still letting that man live with him?
I don't get it. Like, even in the future, Wallace, like, dude, he's just, it's like an infected finger at that point. You just cut it off. Like, why are you letting bro live with you? You're rich. You're probably like an actor. I don't know what kind of occupation bro is. I'm guessing he's like an actor or something. Well, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, actually.
In the future, Wallace's husband works in Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's
right. Wait, no, that's right.
Yeah, that's funny.
He's
Actually,
on-
all right.
And then that's that's where the money's coming from, probably.
Yes, you're right. I completely forgot about that.
I love how that's like those are like the only people whose whereabouts we actually know. We know Scott, we know Wallace, we know what Ramona's been doing, but just no one else. Nobody else. They're just gone.
Whatever, bro.
Just whatever.
I mean-
they all suck anyway. Who cares?
Other than a very like a handful.
Yeah, like a number I could count on my hand.
Like, God, dude. And okay. Hold on, let me look at the tier list again. So, let me scroll up a little bit. For
Wait,
I want
you
to hear
included-
what?
So,
Oh yeah, the cat. The cat.
Yes.
Why would you include
Dude,
the
come on.
cat?
I took a single screenshot of him being like hugged by Scott in the bed, and he looked scared as hell. Just for that alone, I put him on the tier list.
Yep, because I can relate. I hate Scott.
No, hold on. I have the screenshot. You can continue talking as I find it.
So I just wanted to hear I wanted to hear White's opinion on because we haven't really discussed her in detail. Julie.
Julie, yeah. Wait. So, what specifically are we trying to talk about here? Because I got a
Just what
lot
you
to
think
say.
of her
I got a lot to say about her.
Yeah, just what you think.
Look,
Just what you think of her. in
I'm
general.
just saying, bro. Like I just gotta know, what did you do to Steven to make him become like full on gay after he broke up with you?
That, and she was a Scott hater from day one. I respect that.
Yeah, I
like that.
respect that fully. Like, she a baddie though. Like, holy shit, bro.
I mean, hey, I'm cool with that. I like that.
Best
And then,
girl, best girl.
Fuck, dude. I mean, oh shit. Oh, my nose.
Is bro got a nosebleed?
No, like the sneeze was coming on.
Oh, my fault.
Okay.
my fault.
So let's discuss young Neil.
Young Neil, yeah.
Young Neil? Yeah, young Neil in the comic kind of just got like, well, I wouldn't say he got worse, but he definitely he got less screen time. But
Yeah.
whenever he does get screen time, like you can see how he decreases how would you say it? He loses his innocence as the series progresses.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel he's still one of the more likable characters.
He is
honestly.
definitely. Look, just from the one frame alone of Scott remembering his name and him just having tears of joy, that was funny. That was hilarious.
He is such a W character, bro.
Yeah.
I love this man. Now, how did you? Because I honestly think one of the best, one of the only bits of character development we got in quite literally the entire fucking series was Knives.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
That was good until Scott did, yeah. know what I'm
Until
talking about.
Scott did his
Scott
thing,
thing.
and then yeah.
Scott was like, "Hey, you want to kiss?" And I'm like,
And then
"What the fuck?"
I just love how repulsed she was after it, though. That was hilarious.
Bro, I agree. Honestly, yeah.
Like,
I
there
would
was
be- I would be
actual
too.
development there, and I like that.
Thank God. Like, thank God. Oh shit! What is her name? Fuck.
Which one?
Who?
The not the ninja blondie, the other blondie.
Crap.
Oh, Lisa?
That, yeah.
Yes.
Lisa Miller.
Yes. Another
The
one
wiki-
that's not that bad.
The wiki,
Look,
the
she
wiki
ain't that
kinda
bad.
counts her as, like,
Oh, wait, go on.
she kind of does somewhat counts as Scott's ex, except, well, they never actually dated, but they were, like, friends.
Yeah.
But,
Then that's not her ex.
yeah, in the
Ex-best
thing, like, yeah,
friend.
they do have some, like, sexual attention. In
Yeah.
The, in the,
And
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
you're right.
saying, like, she's not the worst of the bunch. I'm just saying it's a little scummy that she knew for a fact this man has a girlfriend, and she still tried to come on to him.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
It's like, she okay, she a baddie, but, like, it's not a good thing.
At all. So, oh Jesus. With we're talking about Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Like overall, because you actually you didn't really you didn't watch the live action of the movie.
I haven't
That
watched
thing.
it now.
I'm not going to. But despite his very, 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 very low amount of screen time in the animated version, I legitimately just taking the screen time out of it, I just found him like towards the end so much more likable than the end version of him in the comics.
Yeah, because at least in the, like, wait, you're talking about the animated series, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Because at least he learns from his shit. Sure, the relationship is probably going to go downhill, but I don't really care. At least he learned, like, somewhat, and it seems to be a bit more permanent.
That number's a huge
Again,
fucking weeb.
seems to be.
Don't count on it.
Yeah, that's what me and White were actually discussing last night when we finished the volume. We were like, I was asking him, I'm like, did you really think it's gonna last this time? We both agreed no. It's not.
We did not at all.
Again, it's Scott. Unless it's been confirmed somewhere. It's Scott we're talking about.
I don't know if autism has anything to do with like being in a relationship, but I do know that it is confirmed that Scott's like kind of neurotypical. I think that's what that means, or neurodivergent. Sorry.
It was?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said somewhere that he expresses symptoms of autism.
That explains a lot.
Which, I don't know if that'll have an impact on his relationship in the future, but it's just kind of funny to know that.
Again, YouTube, we're not making fun of autistic people here.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
retarded.
no, we're not, for sure.
So you're
Yeah.
saying
Like
he's
two
retarded.
autistic people in the call, which is me and Cyber.
Nuh-uh.
Like, legitimately, I think, like, and this is crazy to say, I legitimately think Cyan has a better chance at a lasting relationship than fucking Scott Coughlin. Or not Scott Coughlin, Scott Coughlin. We were talking about Scott Coughlin. We were talking about... Shut up. We were talking about Scott Coughlin earlier in Matt Pat's final video. Again, this is being recorded on the day Matt Pat's final video was posted, and Scott was, Coughlin was in it, so it's pretty fucking sad.
Yeah.
So I apologize for mixing up the two, but yeah, no, I legitimately think Cyan has a better chance at like a lasting relationship than fucking Pilgrim.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Like,
Jesus
I
Christ.
oh my god, I can't see it.
I just really
think-
don't see Scott having a successful relationship at all.
Ever.
Do you think Scott the Was has a more successful relationship? The guy who's trying to destroy virginity? No, trying to like destroy having sex.
Bro, turn his camera on.
Bro, is it bro?
Bro's
What
the
are you trying to do?
thinker.
Trying to go into thought. Are you?
I'm gonna let White handle that one.
Why give me? Would Scott the Was be in would have a better relationship?
I don't know. I don't watch that guy. I just know I have a clip of him getting shot.
But
Does this ever happen to you?
Bang. Anyways, that's probably all we got for that topic, isn't it?
yeah, legitimately, I mean, that was a huge rant about Scott.
That was
specifically.
no. Hold on. That's 44 minutes of.
It's 44 minutes.
44 minutes. Yeah.
I'm be honest. I thought it would have been gone longer.
Yeah.
So,
Oh well.
What do we do, the outro now or something?
Yeah. It's just like anyway, closing thoughts.
Actually, I'll let everyone else go.
Lucario first. Lucario first.
I want to do the outro, by the way. But anyway,
Gotcha.
so after all this, I want to do the outro. So, okay. Closing thoughts for me, personally. It's not the worst thing I've ever read, because Naruto exists. That was a joke. I'm kidding. I love Naruto. I'm just a huge One Piece fan, so I have to hate on it like sometime, but I do like it. But it's not the worst thing I've read. It's really not.
Yeah.
It's not the worst, but in all honesty, it's definitely down there with the bottom.
It's
definitely
bad in a way that it just pisses you off. Yeah.
It's definitely there. So what about you, White? What are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts: don't read it. I don't recommend it at all.
Cyan?
I still like Scott Pilgrim. I guess I can recommend, but
Alright.
if you
Okay. Well, all I'm gonna say.
Alright.
Yeah, y'all go.
Wait, let me go.
Yes,
So we will all, but there's one thing we can all say is when the world gets destroyed, the heat death of the universe, the very last black hole explodes. In the particles of space, you will still hear echoes of White's rant, White's hate.
You will still hear the faint cries of me screaming out into the darkness as I punch a wall and bloody my knuckles.
Same here.
Yeah.
Honestly, like even in the heat death of the universe, when One Piece's final episode comes out, I will still hate Scott Pilgrim.
And you're fucking
God,
long gone.
dude, no.
You
It's
literally
like-
literal atoms of the universe.
If I'm just gonna say, if you're thinking about reading it, if you suffer from severe envy and anger issues, don't do it. Don't do it, because I'm that exact
Stop.
person. Don't. No. Nah. Nah.
I was just embarrassed. These guys saw me watching it, and I was just, I paused it for like 10 minutes straight.
Dude, no, I feel you.
Well, anyway, can I do the outro now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Make sure to like and subscribe. maybe comment a little bit. I don't know, bro. Dabble.
If White ever makes another video after this,
I highly doubt it.
We may be watching Jan Neko Sugar Girls for like the 5th time.
Nah.
we might also do a marathon of Skibidi Toilet.
Oh hell no. I'm ending it there. I'm ending it there.
We should do like Carl Pilkington type podcast. It'd be kind of funny.
Anyway, if you managed to watch it for this long, for one, thank you. Like, Jesus Christ, thank you. And for two, have a very, very blessed day. And, just, yeah.